if it is that somebody needs help, then we get help for them in terms of um, in terms of subject here. If you have an cover or something.
Okay. Thank you. Um, Coach Andy said the dorm is directly opposite the school. Hello?
Hold on, I'm trying to bring him in back. It's like the internet. Like you have a problem with the internet. I'm bringing him back. Just a minute.
Okay.
I'm bringing him in back. I'm bringing him back. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I was just asking the location of the dorm is Coach Andy said that it's directly across from the school, so they don't have to take bus or anything like that. Hello? Relax.
Seem like his internet is fluctuating a bit.
Okay.
Coach? The coach stick too? Oh boy.
And
It seems like the internet maybe down and they got kicked off. So I guess they will log in back and start back. Let me give him a call and see.
I
So, Shaq,
Yes.
since you normally travel with them, what is the route?
Well,
The route that you normally.
I traveled just once with the first set of students that went there was four, and we went through Panama from Guyana to Panama. Then we go over to Jamaica. The coach picked us up, take us to the dorms and so on, and you know, give them a tour of the school so they could get acquainted with, where they have to go, what they have to do, and after that was basically straight into school and training. They had like a very strict schedule, and they had to stick to it and make sure that they're on school on time and training on time and so on. But the guys there went to a different college. This coach that's coming here is Dental College. So one girl from from Ghana went there. The coach from before um, was another school too. So it's different schools. It seems like Coach Andy is trying to get the students into and seeing how where best it depends on their the field that they're good at. Because the students that I took up for is they're like good middle distance and distance athletes, and the program at Jamaica College is good for that because there's this one of the top athletes in the Caribbean, Joan Blake, and he's there and performing well, and they have a good distance program. So I think at Dent Hill there is good sprint programs, and at Camadon there is a good sprint program too. So it all depends on the athletes and I guess how they perform and which will be better for their development and school.
Okay. I was looking at the route. So if we're coming from St. Lucia, that means we would have to meet you in Guyana and do the Panama Jamaica route with you.
No, I think that will be very difficult to come from St. Lucia down to Guyana. And I'm not sure how they will schedule it if I'm taking everyone at once. We have four in Guyana here that's going up. I don't know, maybe if we all will meet in Panama, maybe schedule it, or we will meet at the same time in Jamaica at the airport so that we can all get picked up, or maybe I some go before and then I meet the rest at the airport. Not sure how they will schedule it, but I sure we'll work it out in a way that we can get everyone there safely and get picked up from the airport.
Okay, so as soon as they arrive at the airport, the coaches, the Jamaican people will be there waiting for them.
Yeah, that's normally happens. The coaches come directly and pick us up and take us straight to the dorms or
Okay,
the school. Yeah.
okay. And when do they start for the academic year? Around when do they start? Early September.
Yeah, I think it's sixth form is more down. It started October. Um,
October.
yeah, CXC the CXC students will start September the regular school, but sixth form starts more the October going into November.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, because it's it's a bit different from the regular school curriculum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would wonder the coach to come back so I could ask. I wanted to ask about that in terms of the time. What happens between them getting there and not starting school, right? And if, for example, um, one of the schools said they want them to come towards the ending of July, early August. So, and if school is starting all the way in October, I know training happens, but would they be catered for in terms of between that time, let's say
Well,
July to
well,
October?
yeah. Well, since as I said before, like when we went got there, school wasn't didn't start as yet. As the guys got there late in September, but their school had started in October. So between this period of time is just like you wouldn't be going to school, but you'll be at the dorms and you train in the morning, you'll be at the dorm, go back, and then you train in the afternoon. So I get the coach will get to explain better what happens there at Dental, but
All right, let me explain the
okay,
shock. Shock, let me explain the
yeah,
part. Let me explain the part. Now, mom, this is what happened. And the coach is gonna come in after me and correct me if I'm wrong. Coach Greg. Now, what happened? The reason why the coaches bring them in so early is to prepare them because competition starts in December. Like for instance, my boys went up there late, right?
yeah, late
So
September.
they missed out like about 2 months of training,
Yeah, the background training.
the background training. They missed that out. So that's why the coaches wanted to come up July, August. My boys they missed that out. So what happened now is that at champs, my boys them could have run a faster time. But because they missed the base, the background training, the preparation, and all of those stuff, it kind of set them back. It set them back a bit. So that's the reason why.
Even for Anna,
Yeah,
sorry to interject, but
yeah, go
even
on.
for Anna,
Uh-huh.
Anna could have run way faster, but I never pushed Anna because Anna came in December, so she never had the background, and I didn't want her to hurt. So I had to hold her back for this year. But Anna will be there from August. For the program, everybody programs in Jamaica starts in August. That's what we do. That's a GDP, the general preparation phase, where we prepare the athletes for the rigorous sprint training, quarter mile training, middle distance training for December, January.
That answer your question, Miss Henry, Miss Denise.
Well, but yes. So, since coach is there, back to the question about the um the program that Miss Henry asked. Um, they have training. So in a case like that, right? So when it's regular school, they train in the morning, go to school, and then come back in the evening and train. So within that time, that general prep time, the whole day, would it be whole day training? And because I'm just asking that. I mean, I have my ideas about it. What what
Go ahead,
what
man.
what was the
I didn't hear
timetable like?
No, yeah, no, she said like how during the preparation time, right? There is no school. She want to know how the training and the program will go around that time.
All right. So what happen is that they will. So what we'll do is when they come in for August, we'll have a medical team. We'll go through the whole medical. We have some preparation for them, medical areas, but they'll train and prepare themselves for school, immediately for school. In the morning they'll get up, jog, stretch, strength work, but in the afternoon they'll do runs, long runs and stuff, and then dinner preparation for school again. Where we do a mental discussion, preparing them for the whole difference of being coming into Jamaica versus being in Guyana.
Yes, stay online, stay online.
So you're saying that between because I doubt the training will not go very long. I mean, the training probably up to 8 o'clock or so. And so you're saying like let's look at 9. So between 9 a.m. and let's say like 3 p.m. What happens between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. when they just get there when their classes are not started? That's what I want to know.
And they should not come across a clear.
No. What she's saying, right, is that how long does the training go in the morning time when there is no school?
Oh no, 2 hours, just 2 hours.
Okay, so she
No,
wants to
she
know
wanna
now
what
between
happening in
9 o'clock,
between.
between 9 and 3, what do they do?
Pretty much relax, eat, relax. Mostly getting to know, preparing them for the entire year in terms of school, the whole climatizing them. After
Oh
Okay.
boy, there they go again.
Yeah, because that's very important. I know probably the parents, so because this is a time that they won't be. I understand they have to get the acclimatization, they have to get used to the culture and stuff, but I'm just there thinking as if the just an idea of what the program would entail in terms of what do they do, or they left to their own devices to do anything, because at that time they're still new to the country, and I guess they don't know a lot of things. So
No, well, it's I think the rules will still be in place, just like regular school. You know, you can't freely do as you please. Um, that's why they would mostly be in the dorms, so on around the compound. Uh, so that's what I can tell
I
from my experience with the guys. You know, if
which
they if
which
they
school
eat
which school you went to when you went up with your guys? What schools they were at?
Jamaica College.
Okay.
well,
Uh,
the rules for student athletes are the same as regular. They must come under, they must maintain, go to school early, they must maintain grades, and they must be disciplined. And I, for one, is a stickler for discipline also. So there's no exemption. The student athletes have to perform academically, and they must maintain in terms of their discipline. It's a must. We also have a very good guidance counseling department which help the overseas students to become climatized, to go through the whole work of being in a different country, a different school, in a different environment. So that is also controlled.
All right. Okay.
The
So,
dorms about
go ahead.
yeah, so the normally about in the dorms about how many students probably live on. The athletes is all sports, right? It will be all sports for the school, not only
Yeah,
track and
yeah,
field,
the
right?
program is a lot of sports. Is be that Dental is also one of the top team with the soccer team also. So there is track and field, there is soccer, there is many other sport that actually goes on in the schools. But what I wanted to bear in mind, right, is that like I'm speaking to some other coaches from the school, from other schools, right, is that this year these children that going in is the easiest it's gonna be, because come from next year there is schools from Africa, there is schools from Europe and all over want to come into the system into Jamaica right now. So these children, these athletes that going in here right now is the easiest it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's the best time for them to
And the
come
best
home.
time for coming, because all the coaches tell me that
I
Mr.
know
King,
I have somebody from Nigeria. I have
right?
somebody
If you
from
don't get his
Nigeria,
training right now, everybody got to go on a waiting
from
list.
Holland,
And
from
Holland and
Holland,
all of these places.
and all over the place. Everybody want to come to Jamaica.
Everybody want to
you know.
come right now. So last year when those artists from Guyana went down there and did well, and some artists from St. Vincent, it opened up the eyes for everybody around the world. So
Yeah,
now,
man, right now, IFA is looking to change up the rules because there's so much foreigners coming in.
because there's so much foreigners coming in, so
Mm-hmm.
these athletes got to grab onto this opportunity, because after now, it might be a waiting list. You understand what I'm
And the
saying to
window
you?
will close. The
And
window
the
will
window is
close.
going to close. So whoever get in here right now have to make men's of the opportunity. But I just want to mention some things to everybody. Now, I have somebody on the phone here that actually make all of this happen right now. I just want to touch on a few things, let everybody get familiar with the program. Now, this is a KMPA program. It's King Nas Panzi Adonis. Now, Panzi Adonis was my foster mom who died, and she always helped people. So I did it in honor of her after she died. So that's how the KMPA come to be in. Now, this program was really designed only for Guyana, right? In helping athletes. I spent over 20 years trying to develop the athletes in Guyana. So when it did come on board, there was a lot of hurdles in Guyana, as you guys would have heard from the last meeting, but it didn't really stop me. But then after persistent pushback, I have a very good friend that lives in the US named Brian Collison. He's the one that said to me, Andy, you know what? I know you love Guyana, but this is what happened. Step back a little bit. Give other countries a chance, and let other countries take opportunity of what is going on, right? And that's how come he reached out to a athlete who used to train in St. Lucia, and then the ball started rolling. Likewise, I grew up in St. Vincent. I reached out to some friends in St. Vincent, and that's how everything started rolling. But this year was really created really for the athletes in Guyana. Now, what happened is that I'm not a flashy person. I'm a just humble young person. I'm gonna let Greg say what he got to say afterwards. But just let me say this right now. So, because I'm not a classy person, I'm not a show person. A lot of people want to know where I get my finances from, right? So, what happened now in the US? Everything run off of credit, right? If you have a lot of cash, you got to explain where you get your cash from. Once you have a good credit score, the banks give you everything. I work also for the city of New York, where my salary is a six figure every year. So I could afford a lot of things that I'm doing, but I'm not
You
a.
can't afford it.
No,
You can't afford it, Andy.
I-
I've been
No. Wait, no, Greg. Wait, no, man. You don't get your time, Greg. Just wait, no, man. You don't get your time. Right? So I'm just a humble person, right? So a lot of people want to know where I get my finances from, but you know what I mean? So, Greg, I'm going to let you talk now. Go ahead.
I met Andy.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Greg.
Andy invited me for the Penny League when I came up. So I got a personal one-on-one to see Andy. Who's Andy? And let me tell you, humble, yes. But in terms of wealth, I never knew Andy was so well off until I was very surprised. Actually, Andy can host all the Guyanese who came to Carista at his house in the States comfortable. So in terms of finance, Andy is very, very comfortable. Anna Reed is by me in Jamaican. Everything Anna wants, she gets it from Andy. So the kids will be well taken care of. And the heart is in this. And it's really a love for helping kids. And I recommend that once Andy steps to you and says he wants to bring a kid to Jamaica, trust me, the kid will never be abandoned. And whatever they want, and they make it happen. That's all I have to say. Andy is good for his word.
Brian, come in now.
Yes, man. This is Brian Carlson. That Peter used to train with Michael Davison. I spent 1 year teaching in St. Lucia, so I was a track athlete, both junior and senior national champion again at one time. But then I went to St. Lucia to teach, and I trained Davison. I know Andy was at this program, and there's a lot of issues and pushback with people in Guyana. Because a lot of it is because of the lack of education of the people in Guyana. I mean, and some of the decision making kind of contrary to normal rational thinking. So some of the things that the parents in Guyana are doing with the kids, I mean, I just can't imagine, why some of them behave the way they behave, because to me, you should always want the best for your kids. And some of the decisions they're making are very short-sighted in the long run. I mean, it's going to hamper the development of the kids. So I know the program is good. And just like Andy, I would want to, I always want to uplift the people, right? So that's why, I have a special bond with Davison, because I train, and I know the people in St. Lucia probably would benefit from the kids in St. Lucia would benefit from this. So that's why I reached out to Davison. And I spoke to the young lady, and she told me that she had, she had attended a similar program in Jamaica. So that's how this thing started. And I mean, I'm a straight up upright person, and I wouldn't be a part of anything that is not, going to uplift anybody from any country. All right, so that's how I got involved in it.
Okay. All right. So you hear that not from me, right? Now, also what happens, right, is that the passion is within me, right? As I said, I'm not a flashy person. I'm not a flashy person. Now well, Brian used to work on Wall Street, right? So he knows a lot about finances. Greg, I mean, I don't boast about anything, but all these athletes here, I can fit them into my house comfortable, and everybody would sleep on a bed.
Yes.
Everybody.
I can guarantee that. I stay there, so I can tell them that.
Right.
Right.
And nobody and everybody can be within 6 feet in my house. And where the TV room is, every single body can sit down, and they can't fill up all the chairs inside the TV room. Can't. I have like about 20 athletes here. Everybody can fit in my house, and everybody sleep on a bed.
Oh yes, and I can verify that.
So, you know, I'm not a bossy person. I'm just a simple person because at the end of the day, it's all about helping children. Now I have a friend maybe listening here right now. His name is Andrews. He is still my mentor because he's a pastor, right? A deacon at a church. He also does karate. He's from Jamaica, and he's my mentor. Anything I need to think, I go to him to mentor me. He will never ever see that none of your children need help. I would never step in. Um, right now I am beating up on Greg because I'm supposed to be supplying them with food stuff that Pastor Andrews is gonna supply them with. So I don't have to buy any food stuff. I mean barrels of food stuff to the school while the athletes are there. Once I get the okay from the school, I will be shipping down the food stuff, and then they'll plant their own. They have their own garden and every single thing, so you don't have to worry about food for your kids. Then.
You
Some
have a
people
farm.
they have a farm, so some things what some people may be saying about the children them and all these things, that's not so. Um, the athlete that was of controversy, sorry that he could not have been here today, but he's at training right now in Jamaica. He wanted to be able to, unfortunately, he cannot because he's preparing. He missed out a couple of weeks. He was in Guyana, but he really wanted to clarify exactly what was said about him. I want him to talk the story himself because he said that he never said nothing that was said about him while he was in Jamaica, because where he stays in Jamaica, when you guys go to Jamaica, 138 is the most premier place that athletes stay when they go to Jamaica.
That's where Dental stayed for champs.
Right? So if athletes staying at 138 in Jamaica,
They're comfortable.
they're comfortable.
They're very comfortable.
Very comfortable. So whatever information that person got, I know it wasn't accurate at all. And the young man is training with Glenn Mills. Let me put it out there. So I don't know what that person was, that individual that came on and said what he said. I know he really had no information at all. Now,
Coach, I would say those
uh,
parents who are, sorry about that. I'm saying those parents and students who are in there, I guess they probably wondering what you're talking about because they were not there. So I don't think that's really for them. But if you just want to put the general thing out there that, you know, it's okay, because I'm saying they probably be like clueless about what you're talking about. And we don't want to
correct.
get into, yeah. But I
Yeah.
wanted,
No, you're absolutely
is
right.
that
You're absolutely
is,
right.
is
Yeah,
the
you're
dental coach
absolutely
there?
right.
Is the
Yeah,
dental
the
coach
coach is here. The
there?
coach is here. The coach is here.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
So
man.
I'm asking, and it's also for Jamaica College, right? I'm asking.
Yeah.
I
There's
know you
4 kids
have,
from Jamaica College, but the coach is not here from Jamaica College today.
yeah, but they're maybe their parents probably want to ask you questions, or
Oh,
they
yeah,
themselves
sure.
ask
Yes, you
you.
can ask questions. The 4 kids for
Yeah.
Jamaica
So
College. The 4 kids for Jamaica College. Let me call their names. I have the names right now,
yeah,
so everybody
let
could.
Genevieve is on. Lester is on. This one is, I think, in the room. They're hearing, and James'
Yeah,
mom.
yeah.
They're waiting.
Genevieve,
They
Lester, Deshaun, and Jaheim,
and Genevieve.
and
And
Genevieve.
Genevieve
Yeah.
joined. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I
Ask
think
question.
I think they're all there. Some of them are on screen, but I think the others they might be listening, but I
Yes.
don't see them. Yeah, but I want to ask. Okay, so we have and it's also for the dental kids as well, right? You have this organization which is going to show support, but whatever whatsoever is I want to do, whatever is being provided, because I'm saying I probably can want I want to probably talk from a parent's point of view, maybe they're thinking it. And for me as a coach that I have athletes who are going out there. Um for one, they'll be leaving and they'll be coming. I know you said the letters are on their way, they will be coming, or they've been
Oh, the
prepared.
letters the
Because
letters, Greg.
Yes. The letters are already, So they didn't send them to you?
No, you didn't send it to me as yet. You didn't send it
The
to me for
letters
them
are
to.
already, man.
All
I
right, so
spoke to him, man. The letters are already.
so
so
Lee sent
the
dental letters to me. I'm still waiting on Camperdown. Well, I know Camperdown letters supposed to be this week because they had a meeting on Sunday in Miami. And I know I sent all the information to Jamaica College. Um for the boys them, and the coach said he's also preparing the letter. Now, the reason why the letter are split, because letters for sixth form normally gives out in September normally, but this is
Yeah, that's
just
correct.
early. So if you so the system is just fast forward a little bit, so don't be a little shaky that you won't get your letter. But normally, on the normal stances, the letter normally comes out in September. But it's
Yes,
just
but
because the coaches want the athletes to come July, August. They're trying to fast forward things so that they can come in early and train. But normally letters just give out in September. But we work, everything is working, everything. Because I get all the email, because even the one of my boy had to get a transcript. Today I got today I got a call from the assistant principal, and I sent her the email so that the email can be sent directly to whoever wants the transcript, and everything is being prepared. I can tell you that I'm sure I'm always on the ball. I'm
yeah,
always on
so
the ball with everybody.
yeah. So I wanted to ask Dintil, right? So I'm assuming that on the letter would have because everything as it concerns any expenses that the parents are supposed to incur while at school, that would that be included in the letter? Um, the reason why I'm asking that, and I will go back to the last time when I asked about you said the program was mainly to have the Guyanese athletes, but now we have others coming in, right? So we have the solutions who are coming in there, right? Um, Whatever is supposed to be, for example, like the food items and those things that you say you'll be sending, it will be sent to the school and the children will benefit from it
Yeah, be
from
sent to the school. To the school,
if
yes.
so I'm saying, but then the school itself, I mean, let's assume that you don't say anything. They will be taking
No, no,
care
no,
of
no,
it.
no, no, no. The school have their own farm. The school have their own farm and they provide. But what? Okay, now this is what's happened, right? Now remember, now I am bringing in some children, right? Now this is how Jamaica operate. The old boys, the old students, right? Apart from what the school is doing, the alumni, they come together and they make sure that everything is in the school. So all I'm doing, as Miss Cynthia tell me, I'm an honorable Jamaican. So I'm just because dental school is one of the school that I'm working with in terms of supporting. So it's not like I'm supporting dental alone, but I'm working to support dental. So whatever is needed, because I'm responsible for your kids them going there. I think that is part of my responsibility, right? To make sure that I provide them with stuff. Like for instance, if these kids coming up here for pen relay, because I'm responsible for some of these kids going to that school, I have accommodation in the US, in Pennsylvania, to accommodate these kids once they decide to come in at no cost. So that won't be a cost to the parents. So because I'm responsible for some of these kids going, I make sure that things are in place. Academically, support. They need a running shoes. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make sure that they get. Listen to me. I supply the entire Guyana with running shoes. Every athlete in Guyana, I made sure they get a running shoes on their feet.
Well, Andy, I must
Uh,
interject also and state that even so, you do support the individual, but you have supported our program. For example, some of the equipment that you had bought for us, for the parachutes and for the sled and stuff. So Andy does support not just the individual themselves, but also the school track program in general.
all right. So I support every single thing. So it's not like your child or your the athlete is going there and it's going to be left in the wonderland. No, it's not like that. I don't do things like that. I really
And
don't do
So
things.
one
even
one
so
one other
Anna,
question.
so Anna could communicate with her mom.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. One more thing before the moms and others probably
Uh,
ask a question. So sixth form KIP, at the end of the year, you write your KIP exams. Who's responsible for payment for the KIP exams?
okay, I can answer that question. Well, with a CAPE exam, right?
Because I'm saying
The parents,
because what I'm
yeah, with
saying
a CAPE
what I'm
exam,
saying
the
is that
parents are with a CAPE exam, the parents are responsible for the CAPE. The parents are responsible. Those things, the parents are responsible for to taking care of those things because it's the parents' responsibility.
So I guess
What,
this is one of the
honestly,
things that they have to factor in. One of the
yeah.
things I guess the parents have to
Factor,
factor
yes,
in
it's
when
just
they're budgeting for their child.
yeah. Because it's just like if the child was at home and in sixth form, the parent had to look after that, pay for that. But what happens sometimes is that once credit is available, you know what I mean, I would like see what's going on, and then I would say, well, okay, well, I would, out of everybody I can across the board chip in with something. But everything is, you know me, we try to work together for everything. It's not like I'm going to be doing everything, but I try my best to maintain as much for the program with the school so that the athletes is going to be comfortable. That's
What
basically what
about
it is.
last one? What about books? What about
What about
what about like the material for the sixth forms? They have to get their own books and stuff like that.
no. The books is part of
Package and the
whatever.
fees of it.
Yes. The books is part. Greg, answer for the books. The fees is the books is part of the fees. Answer that, Greg.
Yeah, man. So in Jamaica, the kids do get once the school, everything is in. They get books and everything in the school. So the books are not bought separate. They do get the books. But one of the things also, Andy, is that if it is that a child comes to us, a student comes to us, and they need additional books, then the alumni and the guidance and counseling will help in that area also and get the books for them.
Okay.
Okay,
All right. So
wonderful. Huh?
I'm not hearing her.
No. She's
Was she?
yeah. You hear Denise?
Yes, I did hear. So I'm going to allow the others to ask any questions, maybe the
Yeah.
students or
All right.
parents. I guess
Okay.
there's Miss Henry for Vanny. Vanny's mom probably could ask the coach before he goes, and maybe the other
Shaka, I'm
students.
gonna bring you out and bring you back in. Don't hang up.
Yes, Coach,
Go ahead.
Vanny's mom here. I have a few questions again from concerning the dorm. Will they be sharing the room, or will each person be in a room by themselves?
No, okay. So the female job setup is that there are two areas: seniors, a break up the seniors and juniors. And it's a big room where they have bunk beds. Everybody have their own space, but it's not individual rooms. No, there's no individual rooms on the dorm.
Okay. Another question. Is it okay if I accompany, because I'm thinking that's a first time, new country, new environment. Can I accompany her to Jamaica to get her settled in?
No, that's a matter for you. If you want to do that, that's not a problem.
So if I decide to accompany her, do I have to get my own private place to stay, or can I spend the week at the boarding house with her?
Well, because it's hard to answer that directly, but you should be able to spend a couple of days with her at the dorm. I don't see a problem, but I'll have to speak to the principal also.
Okay. My other question, I wanted to ask about what exactly the scholarship covers. Well, you are talking about the books. I'm talking about uniform, shoes, everything. What exactly is it covering, or what does she have to travel with?
Well, I know for Anna, when Anna came, and they gave her money. So what happened is that I took her to the place to get uniform and everything. Got her uniform, got her shoes and everything.
what I advise the parents to do, right? This is what I advise the parents to do. Let the children walk with about 5 to 700 US dollars, right? As I advise the parents to do. You're going in a new country, 5 to 700 US dollars. Now, that 5 to 700 US dollars, what I can tell you from the athletes that I sent up, when they reached to Jamaica, because of it's a different environment, it was able to provide them with like as the coach said, the uniform on all of those stuff. Because remember now, we can't buy the uniform where we at, because it's the school is in Jamaica and it's a particular uniform, so it covered the uniform and everything. Now, if your children need like joggers, like if they need like joggers, and sweatsuits and all, and some of those stuff and some of those tights, what you can do now, once everything is streamlined, right? Just set up a list to me, right? And what I'll do, like with some of the athletes that I've been working with, some of the boys that I've been working with, they are family members up here. So what a family member does is like wonderful people to work with, they would be like, okay, coach, I know a lot of burden is on you. We can afford this, so we're gonna take care of this. Some parents might say, well, coach, I don't have the money right now, but this is what's gonna happen. You can buy all the stuff, send me the bill, and then we're gonna work out something. Some of the athletes, their parents, their family members decide to buy every single thing. So it varies from person to person. But it's not like you're the athlete, because the athlete needs joggers, the athlete needs spikes, right? So even if you cannot afford that, the athlete is going to get it anyhow. But we're not saying that because of that you won't support your child or the athlete or whatever. But the athlete will not be without those basic stuff. They will. Now, as usual, the parents, there's a system set up with the school where when you want to get money to your child, because they have to get a new SIM and they're going to need to buy their own their credit and so on, you send the money come. There's a system in the school where there's a system with the school principal where they give you a specific information of who to send it to with a Western Union, MoneyGram or whatever. And then after once it go there, the child end up getting it. So that's how the system set up. The system is very, very unique. It's a system that I have that is so functional and so functional and so intact, right? That you know, I can definitely live with the system. Brian, you got anything to say?
That was actually my next question. If we have to send a care package to the child at the school, can we do it through the school, or do we have to do it privately or something?
No, do it to the school. Everything goes to the school. Once your child go there, you get all the information about the school. If you want to send whatever, everything is. You will even be in part. Everything is streamlined. You're on there is a WhatsApp group that all the parents' numbers. That's why we ask for the parents' number. That the parents will be part of the WhatsApp. So when a message goes out, you're gonna know when it's exam, when it's this, when it's that. Even with meetings. There are online meetings that you will be part. You will be able to say what you gotta say. Everything is unique. Uniform.
The farm teachers, the parents have access to their number. They have meetings with the farm teacher, so you can know what your child is doing. All that is streamlined. Everything is streamlined.
And I guess the other thing, I guess, make sure the kids make sure they get cell phones so at least they can keep in constant contact with their parents and.
Yes, that's true, because and they bought
important people that have to keep in contact with. So there's a modern world, so cell phone, and you'll be in touch with whoever you want to be in touch with all the time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, make sure they have a cell phone and they can keep in touch with you at all times, and you don't have to worry about anything and so on. You know what I mean? So it's modern technology time. And Brian, I gotta say thank you again for telling me go St. Lucia, because I'm talking with some wonderful parents, who are looking forward to the opportunity with their kids. Because without you, Brian, this would have never happened. You persuade me to go to St. Lucia route, and I must say, Brian, thank you very much, because I don't have all of that headache and the fighting. So I must say thanks to that. You know what I mean? I must say very, very thanks to that. So we're looking like we're heading in a good direction. Any more questions?
Any of the students there want to ask? Genevieve, Jada,
Okay, okay.
Lester, you want to, or James, Mom, do you want to ask any question? Now
I
is
have
the
some
time.
questions.
Yes.
Good evening, Genevieve.
Good evening.
From what I saw when I visited the school's website, I realized there were many subject areas and sports that are going to be available at the school. My question is, I don't know whether you mentioned it before, but my question is, when we go to the facility, are we able to select subjects and various sporting areas to study?
So Genevieve, no, but here what happened. The coach to answer that question is not on here right now, because you got to go to Jamaica College. Genevieve is Jamaica College,
Oh, okay.
right? So
Okay,
that's
thank
a
you.
different school. Yeah. Got to go to Jamaica College, because the coach is not here for answer that question. But once you go on Jamaica College website, you'll see all the stuff that they have to answer, that they have to offer.
So can the Intel coach answer well for Vani, because she's gone there,
So,
she's seen the subjects.
Greg, before your battery die,
What can you
the
take part
subject
in?
areas. You want to know, the girl that is coming to you want to know the subject areas.
She's seen it. She just wants to know, how do you select, and can you select from the range of sports as well? Because it would be similar for Jamaica College. They'll ask the coach that same question. So for
Yeah,
Dintil,
I want to know the
she,
subject areas where she can select from.
she has gone on the site, she has seen the subjects. So there are a number, like for Jamaica College, I am assuming Dintil has the same. There are a number of sports. So yes, you come in there for track and field, but are you stuck to track and field? Do you have options to do anything else? Any other like sports, for example?
For the sixth form program, the K program, there's a science, there's law, there's business, there's engineer, there's technical areas, for example, electrical. Because Dental is a technical school, their base is more wider than a Jamaica College in terms of CAPE subjects.
That answer your question, Dad?
No. That was Genevieve. I was just asking.
Okay,
So
yeah. No. For
I'm
Vani.
saying
Yeah, for
it does
Vani.
not. I don't know, maybe Vani's parents can answer, but I'm still, so I'm saying they've gone to the website, they've seen all the subjects, and in their mind, at the back of their mind, they know which one they probably be interested in. How many can you
Yes.
select? How many can you select? And then the other, I know it to be a track scholarship, but can they do any?
Greg, you want to know how many subjects they can select?
And
they can, for CAPE,
yeah.
Remember, one of the things also is that they have to wait until the CSET result comes out, because remember, in order to select their CAPE subjects, they have to pass it in the CSET.
Correct.
But in Jamaica, kids do 4 or 5 CAPE subjects. That's their choice. Because the school does allow them to do up to 6 if they choose to. But they have to pass the CSET also.
Okay, so
a good grade.
So let's say you have they've selected well, they've coming up for track and field. So I'm asking, it's like at Dintil. Even if you're there for track and field, can you do another sport? That's what I'm asking this.
Can you be on another team? Repeat your question, Denise.
Yeah, so not necessarily like to be full time on the team, but I'm saying Would it be specifically track and field?
Yeah, well, she's going for track and field, so her focus is going to be in track and field. Yes,
All right.
yes, 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 yes. Because they have to give her account for every person that come into every program. So she'll be going in for track and field. So her account will be yes in track and field. Yes, yes. I
And we
understand
take them based on the sport that they do. So if
that they
she's
do.
coming in for track, but most schools have different numbers of who they take in. So if it's football get, let's say, an example of 10, track and field get 10. So whatever umbrella she comes in, that has to be very specific.
Yeah.
Hearing me, Andy?
Yes. Yeah. I hear you clearly. Hear you clearly. Hear you clearly. Yeah, Brian, you got anything to add to this?
No. And they have 1% on my phone.
1%. All right, Greg. See, you can go, Greg. You can go.
All right.
All right, go. Cool.
And if anybody wants to reach out, just reach out to Andy, and Andy will always get back to you. Have a good evening, folks. Nice meeting everybody.
All right, Greg. Cool. Thanks. Yeah.
Okay, so Andy,
Yes.
how soon will the four boys be able to
Well,
communicate
I know this. Well, I know this week because as I told you already, the coach reached out to me yesterday. He said that he got the stuff and he passed it over to the secretary and the assistant principal. And as I said before, the assistant principal reached out to me because one of the young man, Trevon Prince, this is his final year. He needs his transcript to get into a college, and the coach would have the assistant principal reached out to me to get an email to send it directly to the school. So basically, the whole facilitation is making sure that the kids them go on to university and not just stop at sixth form. The whole thing about it is try to encourage the kids them to go on to Olympics, right? This whole concept of this whole program is actually to become an Olympian and get a degree. This is what this whole concept is about. It's not about stopping. It's about going on. So I can say that you guys in St. Lucia really give me I would say an extra life to fight for because it's like this is what I wanted for my country, but for some reason, in a country they don't seem that it is necessary to get a degree and to go on to become an Olympian. But speaking with the parents here in St. Lucia, it's more likely that you guys would like your kids to go on to get a degree and become an Olympian, and for bigger, I would say for little or to no cost, right? Because when your child gets selected to go on to university or a college in the US, then you will see how much money it normally would have cost, right? To get that degree, right? That's another step where we will walk you through. We're not gonna leave you there like that. And as you would know that a lot of people in the US have a student loan. Now your kids, once they go in with this extracurriculum track and field, because remember it's education first, track and field second. When they go to Jamaica, they're gonna hear the teachers is gonna tell them education first, track and field second. They're gonna hear the coach is gonna repeat to them education first, track and field second. So if they hear that, don't let it be I come in to do track and field, but let it understand that the whole topic is education first, track and field second. So let it understand that they're not telling them nothing wrong or it's not wrong, trying to pull them down or anything. It's just so the coaches and the teachers to make a focus on education first, track and field second. When your kids them go on, nobody know what college and university they're gonna go to, but once they're in Jamaica, recruits will be looking at them. There will be a lot of track meet. You're right. The door is open up. Sorry, as one of the coach told me yesterday, he said, "Mr. King, we love what you're doing. Thank you. Because of you, a lot of countries is coming in. But for your country, it's their loss, right? For St. Lucia, it's their gain." That's exactly what a coach told me yesterday. I work with some wonderful peers. I have this young man, Trevor Prince. His aunt is in Antigua, a wonderful woman, Sharon. There is a lot of businessmen in Guyana that I'm working with. I think one of them should be listening right now. I'm just gonna call one of his name, Mr. Moore. He's very supportive of the program, and I think he have the option of reaching out to people in Saint Lucia. He's gonna get back to me after listening to this program today, Mr. Moore. So one of the reasons why I am explaining to you guys how I learned to operate the program is from being on some boards here in the US. I was the treasurer for the CDC District 28. And what I've learned from being the treasurer is that you don't need money to do anything. You need resources, and you need somewhere that you can obtain the resource from. Like for instance, there's a lot of children that are in like I live in South Jamaica. There is North Jamaica. The schools in North Jamaica are well off more than the schools in South Jamaica. So there are a lot of businesses that they would adopt or they would contribute to a school. Now, there's a lot of things that happen. You don't get no cash money. Everything is a credit. It's like if you want to go to school, you will get a line of credit that once you enroll in this school through this particular organization, then whoever is anonymous or whatever, they pay for your schooling. So from being a treasurer on the CDC board, and I've seen how a lot of things happen, I decided to use that same formula in this instance where businesses are preferable knowing that how they contribute directly instead of giving cash. So this is one of the reasons why I don't there is no cash involved, no exchange of monetary cash. Right? Like for instance, a young lady came up from Guyana last year to go to Central Arizona. She's a Central Arizona champion right now. She ran at 11.42. What happened? The young man on the phone, Brian, I reached out to someone in Guyana. The person reached out to Brian. Brian reached out to me. And then together, the ticket was bought. So even though that she got the ticket, but no money actually reached me. Brian bought the ticket. He used whatever resources he had to buy the ticket. But then the ticket came through me. So there is no monetary exchange in this. If you need something to go to your daughter or son in Jamaica, it goes directly to the school. Nothing comes to me. All I'm doing is connecting you guys to where the resources are or where the training, where the opportunity is. All I'm doing is connecting you guys. You don't have to pay me. There is no money involved in paying me. I don't need no money. Nothing like that. Brian can tell you. Brian don't need no money from nobody. Brian?
No, it's the fact. You're not doing this for money, so that's the thing, I reached out to Mr. Davidson and to you, Dennis, and no money was discussed.
Any money was discussed, exactly.
It's going to go for the kids, right? So we're not doing it for money, We're doing it for our people,
So just remember that there's no money involved in this. You don't have to pay us any money. You don't have to give us no money. We don't take money from nobody.
Can I ask a question, Andy?
Yes.
Dishon's mom, she's hearing, but she's not in there. She was asking. I think you spoke about the Western Union means, but if the kids do have their bank card, which is a banking in Jamaica, can they access it?
Yes. That could happen. Yeah, they can get. Yes.
That's another option because, for
yes.
the First Caribbean Republic Bank, these are some banks that are regional, so they should be able to.
Yeah, they're supposed to. Yes, correct.
Yes,
Yeah, they're supposed to be able. Yes. Because we encourage parents to do that. So there you go again. So no, there is no money coming to us. The money is going direct. The money is directly to the child. The parent will do. Support the child directly with every single thing that they're actually doing. right? So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so
Again, we will continue to keep this meeting going. I hope you guys enjoy the platform because it is transparent. You can hear everything that's going on. Uh, you know, I try to make it as transparent as possible. And I love the questions how it come in. I love the questions because trust me, uh, I send my daughter directly to I send my daughter directly to Jamaica by herself, and it was an experience for me. It was an experience for me. So so yes, the questions are lovely, and I really appreciate all of the questions that was asked. Right, I really appreciate. Yeah, I really appreciate all of the questions that was asked, and just keep the questions coming.
All the
Dennis,
kids who are going from St. Denny's.
yes, yes, I'm still here.
Yeah, all the kids who are going from St. Lucia, they're from Chazelle School, and everybody from Chazelle, or you have people from other schools.
We have those going to Dintil is from another secondary school, Vani and Kifan. They're from the Viewfort Comprehensive Secondary School.
Okay.
And in the US they have a lot of Viewfort Compre is a big school. They have a huge alma mater too. They have a good I think they have a good all boys as well and girls. So
okay, yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So Dennis, what I would think, right? I speak with Mr. Moore. I speak with some like Brian knows some people in St. Lucia. So Brian, this is the thing. We're looking for some businesses in St. Lucia that we can connect these parents to that can assist them with some of the facilitating some of the stuff them that what we would have done.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good. In fact, I mean, I used to teach I taught with St. Lucian for 1 year. That's a long time ago, so I won't be familiar with them. But I thought you used to have the supermarket, Charles supermarket. So yeah, then you guys gonna just look around for a couple of business people to sponsor, and just in the event that the kids may need some, additional support. As a standby arrangement.
Because I could tell everybody the most expensive thing for the athletes that went from Guyana was the passage. That was the most
Yep.
expensive.
That would be the most expensive for him because
Right?
ours
That's
is
the
not a
most
direct
expensive
flight.
thing. Because
It will not be.
to get the clothes and the vitamins from here, uh, me, Brian, I got a couple of my colleagues them who are listening. They always chip in and put something. They always chip in and put something to actually to buy the stuff. Right. So so the most expensive thing is a passage. So as I said, we connecting people. I work with, listen to me, man. I work with some parents, like this young man Omari Walcott, Trevon Prince, Gabriel Lim, like this young man that does the javelin. I think I sent it to you, Gabriel Lim. His mother lives in the US. She's a wonderful support of her son. She will walk wherever her son goes. This woman supports her son, and he is doing pretty well. I've been able to work with some amazing parents and family that really support these children coming out of Guyana. Right. So and it was wonderful working with them. And they watch every race they run. They call me, they tell me thank you. You know what I mean? And they can speak. I mean, they want to come in on the show and speak, but I know a lot of them are listening. They know that there was no money in this, and they know how they never even talk, when the opportunity arises and they see what the opportunity have done for their children or their niece and their nephew or their sister and their sister or their brother, they really embraced it because most of the time in my home country, when you finish high school, you is either join the police force or the army to continue track and field. You know what I mean? So, and that's just the way it goes. But I'm just saying to parents, give your child an opportunity. Go to sixth form, go to lower six, upper six, go on and get that degree. Go on and get that masters. Go on. You know what I mean? The sky's the limit. You know, I always share my story before I leave. You know what I mean? I used to live on the streets in Guyana. I was a street child. My biological mother died, and we were kicked out on the street. I was fortunate to be adopted by a Christian woman and brought into a Christian home. And I look at I get a second chance in life. Now, after that, everything else is history. I came up, you know, in a Christian home, and I appreciate everything that I've got. So all I'm doing right now is I said to the Father that once you help me to reach to a level, I will always be giving back. All I'm doing now is giving back. I don't need anything from anybody. I don't need no money. Brian is right here. Brian don't need no money from anybody. We don't need no money. Right? So for no reason, you know me, you can say that, you know me, I have enough credit that I can buy so much stuff. I have enough credit line allotted to me. So I really don't need anything from anybody. I don't need it. All I need is for my children to go on and they help one another. So that's about it. Right? So can you guys tell me when you have another meeting?
Pardon?
Can you tell me when you guys would like another meeting?
Well, for now we want to know when the JC coach would be available. So
Okay,
I think the evening time is
so what
a
I'll do,
good time.
I'll reach out to the JC coach and then see his availability, and then that day I'll bring him in so that the parents can ask him directly what's going on. Because last week was the Confidant coach, this week was the Daytil coach. So the next time could be the JC coach. Yes, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, because I'm just going to. I have to step away. I have to leave now. Now.
No problem. Yeah, you can step away. No, we are about to wrap up anyway.
Yeah, because in conclusion, what I'm getting here is that the children will be going to high schools in Jamaica. The school provides for them. What you'll really do is to provide the support, all the support that they will need. Because they're going to a school, the school is taking care of them, but the additional support, the extra, that is where you're coming to provide and to make life at the school easier for them. All right. So it's a pleasure talking to you. I hope I know, like I said, most of the children there are the boys for the JC College, and I know that Genevieve came up with a very good question. And in terms of the subjects, it would be good that we have the coach to ask him those questions and for him to answer. So
all right, thank you.
Thanks for giving us the opportunity.
And I want to thank you again also. And I just give me a feedback. Let the parents send me some text message and give me some feedback if they like it, what else they want to hear, and then we take it from there.
All right.
All right. So have a blessing.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Everybody, bye-bye.